In recent podcasts, we were talking about some of the secondary players in the big red machine of the 1970s. But this guy, he wasn't a filler. He had a very successful career with the Pittsburgh Pirates and became an original Expo and was a top four star in the team for several seasons, leading the league in numerous defensive categories. Very cerebral guy, very well liked, great personality. And again, when you thought of the Montreal Expos of the 1970s, him, Claude Rameau, Coco LeBoy, Maury Wills, Rusty Staub, and Ken Singleton, and a myriad of other players. So today we're going to be talking about the great career and the great influence of a great player, Bob Bailey. Now, Bob Bailey was what you consider back in the day, and you don't use that term anymore, a bonus baby. Now, born in Long Beach, California, Robert Sherwood Bailey played 17 seasons in Major League Baseball between 62 and 78 for the Pirates, the Dodgers, the Expos, the Reds, and the Red Sox. When he attended Wilson Classical High School, he was the 1961 CIF Baseball Player of the Year. He also quarterbacked the football team there for 2 seasons, one of which was undefeated. Now, he was originally signed by the Pirates again as a bonus baby. After several campaigns with the squad, the Pirates traded Bailey and Gene Michael to the Dodgers for all people Maury Wills. In a 17-season career, Bailey posted a 257 batting average with 189 home runs and 773 runs batted in 1,931 games played. Now, Bailey was an original Expo and batted fifth in the inaugural game of the Expos versus the New York Mets on April 8, 69, going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 1 walk in the dramatic 11-10 win. Bailey led the National League in double plays turned by a third baseman in 63, double plays turned by a left fielder in 74, and fielding percentage by a third baseman in 71. He was eventually acquired by the Reds from the Expos for Clay Kirby on December 12, 75, because he was basically Montreal's youth movement was in full flight, and he wanted to make room for Dawson and Cromartie and Carter in the outfield. After his playing days were over, Bailey was a minor league manager and hitting instructor, most notably in the Montreal Expos organization. In '87, he was the final manager of the very popular Hawaii Islanders. Unfortunately, Bailey died on January 9, 2018, in Vegas at the age of 75. Now, how it worked for Bailey, it was an interesting way he showed up with the Reds, and the statistics of that season where he crossed over is very interesting. Pete Rose had mentioned him as a key cog in that 76, title run. First season with full season with Pittsburgh, 12 home runs, 45 RBIs, and he was hitting that consistent, at 10-55. But he really opened out by 1970. That was, I considered, his career year. 28 home runs, 84 RBIs, hitting 287. Now he also hit 20 plus home runs in 73 and 74, always in that 260 to 290 range. So a very strong player. The season he was traded was a kind of a down year, and didn't get much playing time with Cincinnati, but he did play in 69 games in that title season. Never played in the World Series, but in the regular campaign, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs, almost hit 300. Now, 77, he split time between Cincinnati and Boston, and eventually wrapped up the 78 campaign again with Boston. 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, in spot duty. So I know one thing, like Bailey, you look at some of the early interviews of Bob Bailey on CBC French in English, and the interesting part was with his career. The reason why he drew a lot of attention, because those 2 seasons he played with the Dodgers, again, he was drawing a lot of interest. And with expansion coming about, he was high in a lot of people's radar, including the Pirates. Now, according to Baseball Almanac, and we always want to look at that because it's interesting how the cull information. Again, he was traded again by the Pirates with Gene Michael to the Dodgers, but was sold by the Dodgers 5 or 6 months before Montreal even took the field. One of the biggest purchases in '68. Now, Reds to the Red Sox again, a deal with for Frank Newcomer. But Clay Kirby was well past his prime by the time Montreal picked him up. So basically, it was just a dump of product. Now, his signing bonus as a bonus baby, can you imagine how much big money? $175,000. That is big money for a young player like that. And, Pittsburgh, good youth movement as well. Playing with Clemente, you learned a lot. But he helped a lot of the young Expo player. I'm kind of sad he didn't stay longer with Montreal towards what I call the Olympic season in '77. But the Reds needed a little bit of veteran on the bench. So Bob Bailey, very well loved by the Montreal fans, well loved by the Reds fans. And Pete Rose basically took time to salute him and all the Royal players, saying no matter if he got playing time or not, he motivated us in every way he could. You need a good bench to win a title. The problem is the baseball teams I played with back in the day in Bellevue, New Brunswick, we had a great bench, but we couldn't win anything because we didn't have pitching or hitting. We just had the fun gene, as we say. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing, we're Cincinnati Reds, Big Red Machine podcast. Let us know what a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.